Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Oh, Carrie, you and I are just like twins today. Black on top, red on the bottom. Awesome. So just take a deep breath in as you settle in. Really fill up your chest and then just let everything melt out. Start to turn inward here as you start to feel your sit bones grounding down into your block, your mat, your blanket, wherever you're sitting. Right? Feeling held by the earth, by the foundation. Always knowing that it's there for you and that we build up from our foundations as we start to come into the different asanas. Gently engage your core here. Start to feel equal engagement in your back body and your front body, nice and strong in the torso. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears, roll them back, open your collarbone side to side here, finding space for your breath already. Good, one more time, shrug your shoulders up by your ears, roll them back. Really feel like your crown of your head lift up as your shoulder blades melt down. And with this nice tall spine, with all of this space for breath and warmth, let's open class together with 3 ohms. Breathing in all together, really filling up here. Sitting for a few rounds of breath with this vibration as it starts to awaken your body. Start to feel maybe like a tingling, energizing feeling moving from the toes all the way to the crown of your head. Take a deep breath in one more time, really fill up. Exhale, let it all go. Good, and then kind of with this neutral space that we've just created inside our body, start to engage your Ujjayi breath. Your lips are gently closed. Right, you're not forcefully breathing out your nose, but that's where the air is coming out. And you feel this warming sensation at the back of your throat. That's where the breath is coming from. Gently let your eyes blink open. You can start a playlist if you have one ready, or you can practice without music, whatever is in your sort of wheelhouse today. Good, and with that nice tall spine, with your shoulders continuing to pull down toward the earth. Take an inhale, just take a nice big stretch out to the side and reach your hands up overhead. Really feeling the grounding down. Take a moment here to take the arch out of your lower back, right? So you feel nice and tall here, even more even in the front and back body. Reach those fingertips up, pull your shoulders down. Inhale here. And as you exhale, let your left hand drop to the side as you take a nice big side stretch on the right. Really ground down through the right side first as you reach the right fingertips up and then take it up and over. Feeling space in your rib cage. Gently gaze above your elbow. One more breath here. Good, then come back up through center to take it to the other side. Right, first stretching up, finding space, and then exhale, take it to the right as you stretch your left fingertips up and over. No strain in the neck, gently gazing above the elbow. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale, bring both hands up overhead, interlace your fingers, press your palms up toward the sky. And as you exhale, tuck your chin in, start to press your palms forward, really rounding through the spine. Keep, like your hands aren't falling down, they're pressing forward toward the front of the space. Hollowing out your belly, pressing your spine back as you reach your palms forward. One more breath here. Good, inhale, take your palms back up overhead, keeping them interlaced, bring them to the back of your head. Good, gently press your elbows open as your gaze moves up. Feel your head and your hands pressing into each other, finding opening in the chest, opening in the shoulders here. One more breath, reach a little bit taller. Good, and as you exhale, just tuck your chin in. Start to join your elbows in front of you as you round down through your upper back. Inhale, open it back up, right? We do like a butterfly, we've done this before. Opening up, keep the shoulders moving down as you spread your elbows side to side. And then exhale, bring it back in. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, open it up. Pressure gaze up toward the sky. Inhale, reach your fingertips back up one more time. And as you exhale, bring them down in front of you. Roll over your knees. Come into a tabletop position here. Good. And just move for a few breaths. Making circles with your hips. Doing what feels good to kind of move all the stale energy out of your hips, your shoulders. Using your breath to help you. Good, maybe move side to side, maybe come into an early lazy up dog can feel good first thing in the morning. Letting your pelvis hang heavy as your chest moves toward the sky. Few more breaths here, just moving, doing what feels good. Not too much thought. Let your body guide you. Good, then come back up to tabletop. We're gonna come into a long tabletop. So instead of your wrists being right under your shoulders, bring them a little bit forward and bring your knees a little bit back. Good, make some space for your torso here because we're gonna take these like sort of long cat cows. So as you inhale, pull your chest through your shoulders, arch your back here. Good, and as you exhale, press back into a child's pose, really rounding your spine, sending your hips back towards your heels. Inhale, round it forward, come forward. You can move a little bit in front of your wrist here as you come into like a sort of a half upward facing dog, half cobra. And then exhale, press it back, seat to heels. One more time here, roll it forward. Start to undulate your spine, pull your chest through your shoulders. You're on your knees here. And then exhale, come back to that child's pose. Good, this time join your toes behind you, open your knees, come back into a full child's pose, sitting back on your heels, nice heavy hips here. Reach your arms forward, come up on your fingertips here, find length in your side body. Your third eye is pressing down into the mat. Then let your arms drop, bend at your elbows, join your hands in prayer, and bring your prayer overhead. Really press your elbows, your upper arms into the mat. Feel your armpits lift up, stretching through your triceps as your thumbs fall to the back of your head or the nape of your neck here. Nice active arms here. Pressing down to lift up. One more breath here. Good, as you exhale, extend your arms back out. Tuck your toes under, hover your knees for a moment here. Engage your core, feel like you're squeezing an imaginary block into the midline here. Good, hold it here for one more breath. And then as you exhale, keep your knees bent, start to move back into your first downward facing dog, letting your hips lead the way. So keep your knees bent as long as possible. Send your hips up and back as you extend your arms. And then when you get there, start to drop your heels as your legs straighten. Good. It's like a slow motion downward facing dog. When you get there, just start to pedal out your legs, bending the left leg and then the right. Waking up the body here. Feel your palms pressing into the mat. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Releasing the tension in your neck. Maybe flutter your lips, letting the tension in your face go. Beautiful. Close your eyes for a minute and just notice your palms, right? Like stop. When you close your eyes, you can really focus inward. Feel your palms pressing into the mat. Maybe lift your fingers up for a moment. Rotate the eyes of your elbows toward the front of the room. Feel your shoulders move down your spine, making more space for your neck. Good. Gaze at your navel. Nice long side body here. Take an inhale and exhale. Come high on your toes in your downward facing dog. Let your heels fall to the right. Coming into the side stretch along the left side of your body. Press extra into that left hand. Really extend through your torso all the way down the left side. One more breath here. And as you inhale, come back up on your toes. Take it to the other side. Heels fall to the left. Stretching through the right side of the body. Feel your right palm pressing into the mat. Lifting your arm and then stretching back. One more breath here. Inhale, come high on your toes. And then start to tiptoe your way to the top of the mat. Pulling your navel toward the spine, keeping your legs straight as long as possible. And when you arrive at the top of your mat, feet are hips width distance apart, just fold it forward. Good, you can grab opposite elbows here, sway side to side. Really let the crown of your head pull you down. Beautiful. Rocking side to side. You can bend a little bit into your knees here. Feel your sit bones spread and reach up for the sky when you do that. Bring your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. And then maybe straighten your legs. Beautiful. One more breath here. Good. Keeping your feet hip width distance apart. Release your arms. Place your left palm down in the mat inside your feet here. Bend into your left knee. Cradle your left shoulder inside your left knee. Just take a nice big side stretch here. Keep pressing through that right foot. You should feel a nice opening in the right outer hip. Gazing up at your fingertips. One more breath here. Good. As you exhale, switch sides. Come back to your center. Right hand comes down. Right knee gently bends as you nestle your right shoulder inside your right knee. Using that tension here to twist your torso open a little bit more. Pressing into that left foot. Opening up. Gazes up. Exhale. Come back to center. Grab opposite elbows again. Gently bend into your knees, and we're going to roll all the way up to stand, keeping our head framed inside of our arms here. So really tuck your tailbone down, exaggerate it. Keep pressing into the mat with your feet. Roll yourself all the way up. Use your core. At the top, just take your elbows, press them back, gaze moves up, open the front body. Take an inhale here to reach your arms up toward the sky. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice. I always say we're so lucky to have this time to ourselves on the mat, using it to create good energy for ourselves that we can take out into the world when we leave the mat, leave our home, leave our room, right? So think about a good place to send that energy out. Take another round of breath here. Good. As you exhale, your arms fall by your side. Make sure you're at the top of your mat. Toes and heels are touching. Just warming up. Starting to get that breath, body movement in sync. We're going to do 3 sun salutation A's. Maybe the first one, gently bend your knees, right? I like to do that to open up the hips. So as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Press through your feet as you reach through your fingertips. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, lengthen, maybe gently bent knees. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Maybe a gentle bend in your knees here, right? Feel the backs of your legs open up when you do that. Inhale here. And exhale, just starting to join our breath and our movement. Inhaling. Exhale. One more round of breath, really fill up. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press, maybe gentle knees. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Again, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it down. Keep your core engaged even though you're folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, let your crown of your head pull you forward. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, lowering down, squeezing your elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your heart forward, gaze moves up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale, send those hips up and back a little bit further. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. This time, exhale, fold right back down. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, there's so much comfort in this downward facing dog. We're so familiar with it as yogis. But don't let that kind of like put you into autopilot. Focus on the foundation. Press your palms into the mat. Wherever your feet are touching, press that part of your foot into the mat. Not everyone's heels come down. Good, keep your legs nice and active and squeeze into the midline here. One more breath, fill up. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, palms press. Exhale, arms by your side, Tadasana. Hook your thumbs out in front of you as you inhale, reach up, look up, arch back, tuck your tail down, protect your lower back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold down over straight legs. Inhale, hands to the mat, step your right foot back to a lunge, gaze ahead. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog, building heat here. Inhale, roll it forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat, squeeze into the midline. Inhale, slide it forward, low cobra. Exhale, push it back, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward to a lunge. Exhale, left foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down, let your breath guide you. Inhale, hands to the mat, left foot steps back to a lunge, gaze ahead. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press your palms evenly into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward to cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch your back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down, listen up. Inhale, hands to the mat, right foot steps back to a lunge. As you exhale, sweep your left leg up to three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your chest, engage your core, press into the palms. Exhale, sweep it up to three-legged dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward between your hands, lower your back knee, sweep your arms up into Anjaneyasana. Maybe hooking your thumbs here, feeling like you're pulling them apart, activating through the arms. Good. Breathe here, let your hips sink. One more breath here. Good, release your thumbs if you have them hooked, and then press into your feet and your back knees. You bring your torso more upright, arms come into goalpost, tuck that right tailbone down, open up the right front hip. Exhale, take it back down to Anjaneyasana. Inhale, press to lift, tuck that tailbone, feel the lengthening in the right front leg. Exhale, take it into Anjaneyasana. One more time here, really pull it in. As you exhale, bring it back to Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands to either side of your front foot. Straighten through that left leg, coming into a half split. Press the heel of the left foot into the mat as you pull your heart forward. Exhale, fold it down. Good, keep pulling that left hip back and in. Maybe windshield wiper your front foot back and forth, feeling all the parts of your hamstring. Good, one more breath here. As you exhale, bend into your left leg, plant your palms, step back to plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, squeeze it in. Inhale, slide it forward to cobra. Pause here. Press your feet and your hips into the mat. Lift your palms, pull your shoulders back as your heart moves forward. Inhale here, 3 more breaths. Lift up a little bit higher every inhale. Exhale. One more time, breathe it in. As you exhale, plant your palms, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward to a lunge, plant your left palm into the mat. Take a nice big open twist here. Don't lose the bend in your front knee. Move your torso away from the midline, really open up here. One more breath. Good, and staying in this twist, just come to the outer edge of both of your feet. Start to dip your hips down as you reach your right arm toward the back of the room. Inhale, press into your feet to take your arm up and over as you lift your hips. Exhale, dip it back down, reach it back. Inhale, take it up and over. Exhale, dip it down one more time. Good, this time as you reach up and over, keep the arch going. Take your right hand to the front of the mat. As you inhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch it back. Exhale, bend knees, swing arms, clasp hands, fold it down. Inhale, hands to the mat, left foot steps back to a lunge as you gaze forward. Exhale, right foot sweeps all the way up into three-legged dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank, use your core to move your knee closer to your nose. Exhale, take it all the way back up, three-legged dog. Inhale, step your right foot in between your hands, drop your left knee to the mat, untuck your toes, sweep up into Anjaneyasana, maybe hooking your thumbs. Good, reach up and back, tuck your tail under, protect that lower back as you lift your heart toward the sky. Heart is lifting, hips are sinking. One more breath here. Next inhale, release your thumbs, press into your foot and your knees, you bring your arms to goalpost, tuck your left tailbone down. Inhale, sink it into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, press to lift your torso, tuck it under, open up the left front leg there. Exhale, take it back down. One more time, press to lift. As you exhale, take it into Anjaneyasana, releasing. Hands come to either side of your front foot. Straighten your right leg. Square your hips by pulling your right hip back and in. Take an inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, fold it down. Good, if you did so on the other side and liked it or found benefit in it, start to windshield wiper that right foot side to side. Feeling the inner hip, the outer hip, different rotations here. Good, come back to center here. Next inhale, press into your palms, bend into your knees, step back to plank. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide it forward to cobra. Pause here. Press your feet and your hips into the mat. Shoulders back, palms come up off the mat. And either stay here 3 times, reach it forward. Exhale, pull it back. Keep a nice long neck, shoulders down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Last time, reach it forward, lift it up. Exhale, pull it back, plant your palms, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward to a lunge, plant your right palm, take this nice open twist. Good, keep bending into that front knee as you pull your torso away. One more breath here, open it up. Good, then start to come onto the outer edge of both of your feet as you drop your hips with your left hand toward the back of the room. Inhale, press into those feet to lift your arm up and over as your hips lift toward the sky. Exhale, drop it back down, reach it back. Inhale, arch it up and over. Exhale, dip. Good, last time, reach it up and over. Keep that arm moving all the way to the top of the mat. Step your right foot forward to meet your left at the top of the mat. And as you exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, reach up, look up, arch back. Exhale, arms come to your side, Tadasana. Pausing here. Take a break. Catch up, reset. All right, we should be nice and warm now. Beautiful. Moving on. Really feel those feet in the mat through everything that we're doing. So as you inhale, squeeze your legs into the midline as you dip your hips down, coming into Utkatasana. Good, tuck your tail, lift your heart. Sink a little bit lower. Good, send the weight back to your heels. Hold it here. One more breath. As you exhale, fold down over straight legs. Inhale to lengthen, engage your core. Exhale, plant your palms, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward, rise up to warrior one, pause here. Good, set it up, feel your feet in the mat. Press into your feet to lift your hips and square them forward. Inhale here, sink a little bit deeper, lift your heart a little bit higher. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lowering down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior one. Good, take a few breaths here to really settle in, go deep. Bend into that front knee. Think about your knee stacking right over your front ankle. Press into that back foot to twist your hips square. One more breath here. Exhale, hands come down, step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe it in. Don't forget about your palms pressing into the mat. And just like your feet tend to go in or out, like roll in or out, so do your palms. So just think about your palms pressing evenly. I tend to go toward the pinky side of my hands. I'm trying to push through like the ball of my first finger. Inhale here. Exhale. Next inhale, right foot steps forward, rise up again to warrior one. Good, as you exhale, press through your front foot to straighten your right leg as you bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers, good, nice straight legs here. Press into your feet to lift your heart, take a little back bend here. And as you exhale, bend back into your right knee, coming into humble warrior. You made lots of space there. Good, let the crown of your head pull you down, but press into that right foot, especially the heel, to bring your right hip back and in toward the midline here. Holding it here. Press into that back foot. Don't let that back leg sink down. One more breath. Good. Inhale, come halfway up as you release your hands. And then just walk your hands out toward the top corner, left corner of your mat here. So you're kind of like in downward facing dog arms, but warrior legs. Keep sending your hips back as you reach your fingertips forward. This should feel really good on the inner legs here. Good. One more breath. Next inhale, walk your hands back to center. Peel up onto your left toes here and rise up into a high lunge. Tuck your tail under, maybe take a micro bend in that back knee to feel yourself lift a little higher in your torso, and then straighten back into that leg as you dip, as you sink a little bit lower. One more breath here. Next inhale, take a twist to the right, opening up, gaze moves behind you over your right fingertips. Maybe taking the reverse, lifting your left arm up and over as your right leg moves down, your right hand moves down your left leg. One more breath here. Good, then stay twisted. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Come back into this nice open twist like we were in before. So your right arm is reaching up. And then start to roll onto the outer edge of your back foot, coming into your version of Vashisthasana. So you can stack your legs, bring your top leg into tree. You can lift your top leg or take it into a toe hold. Right, if you're having trouble balancing, use your top leg as a kickstand in front of you. Wherever you are, you're pressing those hips up toward the sky. Press through those feet to lift your hips. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to plank, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Reach it up, find lots of space already. As you exhale, straighten that left leg as you interlace your fingers behind you. Take an inhale here to open your heart as you pull your knuckles down. And as you exhale, bend forward into that left knee as you pour yourself inside your left leg. Humble warrior, devotional warrior. Inhaling. Exhaling. Again, press through that left heel. Feel your hip move back and in. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lift your torso halfway as you release your hands off to the top right corner of your mat, coming into these downward facing dog arms. You can even come up on fingertips. Warrior legs. Keep pressing your hips back as you pull your torso forward. Opening up here. One more breath. Inhale. Good, as you exhale, start to walk your hands back to the top of the mat to either side of your front foot. Come up on your back toes and reach it up into a high lunge. Breathing. Maybe bend a little into that back knee to find the space, find the lift, and then straighten it back out as you sink a little bit lower. Inhale here. I'm going to think about pulling your pubic bone up towards your heart, right? Up the front of your body. Take the arch out of your lower back. One more breath. As you exhale, stay in your lunge, take the twist. You're twisting to the left hand reaching behind you, gaze is following. And either stay here or take the reverse, reverse. Good, keep pressing into that back foot to keep your back thigh lifted. One more breath. As you exhale, stay twisted. Right hand comes down to the mat into this open twist. Right, low lunge with the open twist. Preparing for Vashisthasana. Rolling onto the outer edge of your back foot. Coming into your version, wherever that is with your top leg. Most important is lifting. Right, it's not what it looks like. It's not what you're doing with your top leg necessarily. It's what you're doing with your bottom foot and your hand that's on the mat. Pressing down to lift up. One more breath here. As you exhale, left hand comes down, come to plank, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, pausing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhale here, really fill up. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, come to Utkatasana. Exhale, come to stand Tadasana. Checking back in. One round of breath. Exhale. Good, inhale, come back to Utkatasana. Drop those hips, lift your heart, reach it up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna take a twist to the right. So hook that left upper arm outside your right thigh. Good. Keep your hands in prayer. Think about pulling your chest towards your thumbs as your elbows stack one on top of the other. Pulling your hips back and down evenly. One more breath. Good. Inhale, stay low, come back through center. Exhale, let's take it to the other side. I know your legs are burning. Good, taking a twist. Settling in. Keep your hands in prayer. And really think about pulling your heart center toward your thumbs. Good. Twisting from your rib cage up. Your hips are sinking back evenly. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Reach it up to Utkatasana. Hands come to heart center. Keep bending into your knees. Come to sit down on your heels. Good, pausing here, squeezing into the midline. One more breath. Good, and then as you exhale, start to open your knees. Try to join the insides of your feet together as you bring your hands out in front of you for balance. Good, staying high on your toes. Start to walk your hands forward. The crown of your head is coming down toward the mat. You can either keep your arms extended out in front of you, or you can start to reach your upper arms under your shins here. Good, and using that pressure to lift you up and then dive forward. One more breath, stretching out the spine. Good, inhale here, and exhale. Coming back up to seated, just bring your hands to the mat for a moment. Open your legs into a yogi squat. Good, roll your ankles a little bit if you need to. Coming to squat at the top of the mat here. Whew. My hips are feeling this one today. Good, just rock side to side. And then find some even weight in your feet here. This is a good one for our inner hips. Right, keep pressing your knees open with your elbows or whatever you can use inside your legs, or you can bring your hands to prayer if that works. Or keep pressing them open. Bring a nice tall spine here. And then as you inhale, just come up on your right toes. So you're gonna lift your right heel. Keep pressing that leg back. Right? You're opening your knees evenly, but one foot is up and one foot is down. Good, bring that right heel back down, switch sides, left heel reaches up, press that left hip open a little bit more as you press into the inner knee. Come back to center, good. Last one, come back up on both toes, good. Lift both heels up as you press back. Use your core for balance. This is a really good ankle strengthener, good, which I really desperately need, so that means you guys get to do it too. One more breath. Exhale, drop your heels. Just pour yourself forward. Good, let your hips sink back and in. Few more breaths here. Really breathe into those hip creases. Beautiful. Walk your hands back toward your legs. Press into your feet to straighten your legs. Toe heel your feet to hips width distance apart here. Take an inhale. And then just exhale, fold it down. Good, inhale, come halfway up. Take your peace fingers to grab your big toes. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, send your elbows out to the side. As you fold yourself forward, let the crown of your head pull you down. Really feel those sit bones stretching up toward the sky. Maybe bend into your knees here. Feel a little more opening, and then exhale, fold into the straightening. One more breath. Inhale, come halfway up. Walk the palms of your hands underneath your feet so your toes are at your wrist crease here. Again, just think about trying to find balance. It's easy to roll out or in here. Try to find balance in your feet as you extend your heart forward. Exhale, fold it. Good. Let your neck hang. Gazing through your legs and then up toward the ceiling. Pull your navel toward the sky. Stretch those hamstrings a little bit more. Take an inhale here to lengthen as you release your hands. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Good. Toes and heels are touching. Bend your knees deeply. Rise up to Utkatasana. And then exhale, fold it down, Uttanasana. Inhale here to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down. Inhale, up dog. The vinyasa never felt so good, right? Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, rise up to warrior one. Square those hips first. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Good, inhale, reverse your warrior. Keep it a side bend first. So your heart is facing the side of the room as you reach up and over. Hold it here. Good, then without moving your legs, start to peel your heart toward the sky, making more of a back bend than a side bend. Inhale here. Good, from here, start to sweep your left arm up to the sky, come back to warrior one. Good, and then rotate it back out to warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, side bend it. And exhale, take yourself into extended side angle. Modified, you can take the bind if that's in your practice today. I want your hips stacked, so really pull that right hip under and toward the side of the room as you pull your left hip back a little bit. Gaze is up toward your fingertips if your top arm is extended. Good, if you're in the modified, really press down, feel your torso lift. Good, finding space there in the hip crease. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Straighten through that front leg. Maybe shorten your stance a little bit. Do what's comfortable for you in triangle. Start to reach your right arm forward. And then exhale, take it down into triangle pose. Touching down where it feels good to you, but not dumping your weight down. You want to keep your torso lifted. Pull your left hip back, pull your right hip forward. Gaze is up at your fingertips. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Bend into your right knee as you walk your right fingertips a little bit forward, taking yourself into half moon here. Good. Bend into that standing leg as you're getting set up. Flex that back foot, activate your top leg, and then press into your right foot to straighten your right leg, opening up a little bit more, feeling it all the way up at the top by your groin there. Good. Maybe take the bind if it's in your practice today. Opening up the heart, feeling a stretch in your left thigh. Good. Inhale here. As you exhale, release the bind if you have it. Rotate your torso back toward the mat as you bring your left hand down. Squeeze into the midline as you square your hips and then take your right arm up to the sky. Rotated half moon. Good. Reaching up through your right hand. Gaze is up. Beautiful. Bring your right hand down. Lengthen your spine forward. And then as you exhale, walk your hands back into a standing leg split. Keeping that the left leg really reaching up toward the sky. Pulling from your navel all the way through your toes. And then either stay here or take a few handstand hops if you're working on your handstand. Inhaling here. And exhaling. If you're doing handstand hops, jump it back through a vinyasa. If you're in standing leg split, let your left leg float to the back of the mat. Step back to plank, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Good. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Feel your feet in the mat. Take an inhale here, reverse your warrior, side bend first. Keep your heart moving toward the side of the room. Gaze can move up. Bend deeply into that front knee. One more breath here. Good, then keeping the bend, start to rotate your torso toward the sky, turning into a back bend reverse warrior. One more breath. And sweep your right arm forward, return yourself to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. And then start to take it into your extended side angle. Good. It's like a little lubrication, a little cycle we're moving through in our hips there. Wherever you are, press into your feet. Stack your hips, pull your left hip forward as your right hip stacks back. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhale. Good. Inhale, press into your left foot, come to straighten that left leg. Walk your back foot in a tiny bit if you need to. Inhale, pull yourself forward, don't flop down into the triangle. Good, nice strong torso. And then exhale, start to tick-tock your arms. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up as you feel your right hip pulling back, left hip pulling forward. Inhaling here. Exhale. One more breath. As you inhale, bring your right hand to your right hip, bend into your left knee, walk those fingertips forward. Keep that left knee bent as you start to open your hips. Good, and then as you activate that back leg, pressing toward the back of the room, start to straighten your standing leg as you peel open into this beautiful, heart, it's almost like a heart opener here, right? Good, taking the bind if you did so on the other side. Breathing here. Inhaling. And exhaling. If you have the bind, release it. On your next inhale, bring your right hand down, squaring your hips, right toes are facing down. Outer hip squeezing in as you feel your left arm open. Good, twisting from the rib cage. Your hips are not moving. Gaze is up. One more breath. Exhale, left hand comes down. Take a moment here to square your hips, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold into standing leg split. Again, take a few handstand hops if that's what you're working on, if that's in your practice today. Otherwise, you can play around in the standing split. Again, maybe micro bend your legs, see if you can fold a little bit deeper, and then if you straighten it back out. One more breath here. Handstanders hop back through vinyasa. Standing splits. Float your right toes to the back of the mat, plant your palms. Step back to plank, lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Let's come down onto our knees, come into a child's pose for a moment. Let's rest it. That was a long standing series. Breathing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Keeping your forearms into the mat, crawl them forward. Make your way into a forearm plank here. Good, so shoulders right on top of your elbows. Your forearms are parallel. Tuck your tailbone down, press down. Really feel your forearms pressing down through the mat. Activating your shoulders. Holding it here, squeezing an imaginary block between your upper thighs. Tailbone is tucked down, navel is moving up. Hold it here for one more breath. Good, then start to lift your hips as you walk your feet forward, coming into dolphin or a forearm downward facing dog. Good, keep pressing through those forearms, lifting your armpits up and away from the mat. Making space for your neck. Your neck is relaxed, gazing at your navel. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit further. Good. And then a few options here to work on. You can lift one leg at a time. You can do some crunches here, bringing your knee in toward your nose if you're lifting one leg at a time. Work on pincha. Another fun one to try is to press into your palms and try to lift your forearms up off the mat into a regular downward facing dog. And then exhale, try to descend your forearms back down together. Good, really using the strength of your shoulders here. Good, we'll spend 5 more breaths here, doing what you like, whatever you're working on. You know what your body needs today, if it's shoulders or hips. Keep pressing into the forearms wherever you are. This is building strength for our inversions or any arm balances. Good, one more breath here. Good, as you exhale, walk it all the way back into that forearm plank. Drop your knees to the mat, and then walk your hands back to stand up on your knees. We're gonna take camel today instead of our wheels, I think. But we'll see how we're doing at the end of class. What I really want you to do before you even get started is feel your legs squeezing into the midline, right? Really activate those legs there. Take your hands to your waist to press your waist down as you lift your heart up. Shoulders melt down, lengthen that whole front body. Feel like a string is pulling your heart up toward the sky. Good, stay here, squeezing into the midline as you lift, or start to drop your hands to your feet. You can touch your heels, your toes can be tucked or your feet can be flat down, wherever you are. Keep peeling your heart forward, keep pressing your thighs forward here for the first one. Good, let your head drop back. Hold it here, pressing down to lift up. And as you inhale, just come back up on your knees. Take it down to child's pose for just a breath. Recover, good. Next inhale, come back up on your knees. One more time like this. If your toes were tucked, try to flatten your feet down to the mat. Or do what feels good on your back today. It's actually really, really beneficial to just squeeze your legs into the midline and lift your heart and press your hips down, right? This can be really good. Feeling a nice opening in your front body as your heart lifts. If you're ready to go further, take it back down to your feet with your hands. You can even walk your hands towards your knee creases here, pushing your hips forward, opening your heart. I have super long arms, so this is like not that hard for me, but I know for most people it is. I'm like, I have monkey arms. Good. One more breath. As you exhale, come back, take a child's pose. Beautiful. Walk your hands back out in front of you. Tuck your toes, press it back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg up toward the sky, three-legged dog. As you inhale, roll forward to plank, bend your knee in towards your upper arm or your elbow, and then either hold it here or 3 times, just try to straighten that leg in and out. Straighten it out to the side and tuck it back in your heel towards your seat. One more time here. Good. Inhale, bring it all the way back up, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring your knee behind your right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Good. Setting it up here before we fold down. We want to fold down with as much space as we can. So I want you to press into your shin and press into your back knee to lift your torso up. Lift your heart up to the sky. You can bring your hands down for balance if you want, but really find that space. And then as you exhale, keep your heart open as you move yourself forward to fold over your shin. Good. You should feel this in your outer hip. If you need more challenge, you can start to bring your shin more parallel to the top of the mat, as long as it's okay with your knee. Good. You can keep your arms out in front of you. You can go back to what we did at the beginning of class by pressing your elbows into the mat, taking a prayer up overhead here. Good. And then pulling those arms isometrically back toward the midline, feeling a nice opening in the triceps. One more breath here. Good. As you inhale, rise your torso back up. Adjust your legs if you need to. We're going to bend into the left knee. Good. Again, pressing down to lift our torso up off the mat. And then reach back for your left foot with your left hand. First, open your torso to the side and start to kick your left leg back as you open your shoulder and extend your arm back. Really kicking yourself back toward the back of the room, opening the front body. Good, and then as you exhale, start to bring your heel in towards your seat as you square your shoulders toward the front of the room. Good. Bringing that heel in, lifting up, feeling a nice opening in the front left leg there. Squaring your shoulders forward. One more breath. Whew. Good, as you exhale, release the bind if you have it. Roll gently into, let's come into a twist here. So roll into your right hip, swing your left leg around, and then come into the seated spinal twist. If it hurts your right knee, you can extend your right leg. You want both sit bones grounded down. Left arm behind you, right arm reaches up. And as you exhale, take the twist. Bring your arm to your outer left leg. Again, you can take a bind. I've been liking to press my hands into prayer and think about dragging my heart toward my thumbs. Good. Inhaling here, feeling a nice opening in the outer left hip. One more breath. Good. As you exhale, just take a counter twist, opening toward the right side of the room. Lean into your right hip. Swing your left leg around as you plant your palms. Right leg sweeps up one more time into three-legged dog. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, sweep that left leg up toward the sky. Good, come forward to plank, hug your knee in towards your left elbow or upper arm, and either stay here, keep it engaged, or gently try to straighten that leg out on the diagonal 3 times. Good, oof. One more time. Good, sweep it all the way back up to three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, come into your pigeon, right? Setting it up. Always worth the extra breath to get a nice foundation. So press into your left shin and your right, like your knee and your back and your foot there to lift your torso, find space. Even gaze up, make a little back bend here. And then as you exhale, start to walk yourself forward, letting your heart lead the way, folding down into your pigeon. Good. Again, if you need more challenge, start to walk your shin more parallel to the top of the mat. Good. Send breath to your outer left hip. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Sink a little bit deeper. As you inhale, start to walk your torso back up to seated. Adjust your legs as you need. Press into your legs to lift your torso, tuck your tail, and then bend into your right leg. Reach back with your right hand. You're grabbing the big toe side of your foot here. And then kick your leg back. Feel your right shoulder opening here as your hips sink down a little bit more. Gaze behind you. One more breath. And then as you exhale, start to pull that heel in towards your seat as you square your torso forward. Keep pressing down, lifting up, feeling nice length in the right quad there. Gaze is up. You could do mermaid or whatever you'd like with your arms. One more breath. As you exhale, release the bind. Sink your hips back down as you roll into your left hip, swing your right leg around. Setting up for seated spinal twist. Right hand comes behind you like a kickstand. Ground your sit bones as you lift your left arm up. And then exhale, take the twist. Same arm variation on the other side if it's available to you unless you have an injury. Good, keeping a nice tall spine. Every time you inhale, think about your spine lengthening, and every time you exhale, gaze a little bit further behind you, twisting a little bit further. One more breath. Whew, sorry about the dog. As you exhale, take a counter twist to the other side. And then as you exhale, place your hands out in front of you. Step it back to downward facing dog. It's real life. Good. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Then inhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. As you exhale, sink your hips down to a seat. Let's take a nice wide-legged forward fold. You know, I love this one. Actually, let's do this first. We've been working on this. So first, bend your knees. This is good for your inner thighs and the rotation. Bring your hands behind you. You want your feet in the mat. Good. I think we did this last time you were with me, Carrie. Dip your right knee down, kind of lift your right hip up and take these rocking motion. Good. Keeping your feet in contact with the mat. So really press into your feet. Don't let them kind of lose contact there. Press into the foot as it rolls your knee down. Nice and controlled and slow. You should feel this in the inner thighs there, like up the inseam of your yoga pants. Good. Then come back to center. Keep your feet pressing into the mat. Take your hands in front of you. You can use your inner legs here if you want with your arms. Press your knees back and just fold it forward for a moment, like you're diving down over a beach ball, pressing those legs back, but keeping the feet grounded, right? So try to keep your big toe mound grounded as you press your knees back instead of rolling out on your feet. One more breath. Whew. Good, and then as you exhale, sit back up, extend your legs out to the side in a straddle. Bring your hands behind you to open up your heart. And then exhale, start to walk yourself forward. Staying on your hands, your forearms. You can come all the way down. Good, keep your legs nice and active here. Press your heels into the mat. Gently lift your knees up off the mat, like bend them a tiny bit as if you're dragging your heels into the midline. Good, feel your legs all engaged, like all the way up. And then as you exhale, let it go. Stretch a little bit deeper. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Left hand to the inside of your left leg, palm faces up. Take a moment here to ground your right sit bone as you reach your right arm up toward the sky first. And then as you exhale, keep this length as you fold to the side towards your toes here, but you may not reach them, right? You want to keep those right sit bones grounded and then reach away from them. Keep your heart twisting toward the sky here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, stay folded, but twist your torso down your leg. Folding more squarely, arms on either side of your left leg. Point your right toes, feel your right leg moving away from you as you pull your torso in the opposite direction. Coming all the way back up, switching sides. Right forearm to the inside of your right leg, palm is facing up. Ground that left sit bone as you reach the left fingertips up for length. And then exhale, fold it over. Oh my God, I needed this one today. Whew. Good, keep your heart twisting toward the sky. Keep your left sit bone grounded down as you reach away. One more breath. Good, as you exhale, just turn your torso down over your right leg, arms to either side. Take an inhale here to lengthen, and then exhale, fold down over that right leg. Point your left toes away. One more breath. As you inhale, come back to center. Take your hands behind your thighs. Bend your knees. Come into Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet together. You can walk your hips in a little bit. Nice tall spine. Take an inhale here to lengthen, and then exhale, fold it down. Good, keep using your own elbows to press your legs open, right? Like that rolling pin. So take your inner thighs, like from your crease, almost use your elbows to pull your hips away, or like your skin away from your hips down towards your knees as you press them down. Inhaling here and exhaling. Good, inhale, come all the way back up to seated. Extend your legs out in front of you. Arms out in front of you, and then tuck your tail. Come slowly down onto your back. We'll just do one nice back bend, nice heart opener here. Good. Coming all the way onto your back, then bending your knees and planting your feet in the mat, either coming to a half wheel or a full wheel. We're just gonna do one like 10 breath back bend here. Should be a little bit open because we did those camel poses. So wherever you are, you're gonna really use your foundation. I want you to press through your feet and use that to lift your hips up off the mat. Good. Keep reaching your heart back as your head drops. Think about gazing at your heels. You probably won't make it there, but think about that motion. Keep pressing into the heels of your hands there, pulling your heart forward and back. Good. Press into your feet. Maybe try lifting one leg up toward the sky, and then the other. If you're in your full wheel, you can even do that in half wheel. Good. 2 more breaths here. Lift a little higher. Keep it going. Tuck your tail. Protect your back. And as you exhale, start to tuck your chin in towards your chest if you're all the way up. If you're halfway up, just roll down your spine, coming all the way back down onto your backs. Hug your knees in towards your chest gently. Good, and then start to grab your feet from the outside as you bend your knees, pulling them down towards your armpits as the soles of your feet press toward the sky, coming into happy baby. Good. Before you start to pull your legs down, try to lengthen your spine all the way down the mat, all the way down to your sacrum there. And from that position, with your spine lengthened all the way down, then pull your knees in. Keep your feet nice and active. You can extend one leg at a time, like a dancing baby or a ninja baby. Go ahead, maybe both legs at a time. Beautiful. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll the length of your mat a few times. Come all the way back up to seated. Extend your legs out in front of you. Come to sit up with a nice tall spine as you reach your arms up toward the sky, grounding your sit bones down, finding lots of length in your front body, and then keeping your arms up by your ears. Pull yourself forward, keeping that length in your front body as you fold it down. Good. Grabbing wherever you can. You can always use a a strap or a towel here or a block. Good. Keep thinking about your hips moving back as your torso and your heart move forward. Good. Take a moment here to lengthen your heart forward. Pull your shoulders back. There you go, Carrie. Pull your shoulders back, like look ahead. There you go. And then exhale, fold it down. Keep squeezing those legs into the midline. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, just kind of like lift your gaze here. Keep your fingertips attached to the mat. Release a block or strap if you have it. And then we're going to round ourselves all the way down. So keep your chin tucked. Drag your fingers all the way down the mat towards your hips. Good. Then start to tuck your tail down towards your heels as you roll yourself slowly all the way down, keeping your navel pulling down toward the mat. Beautiful. When you get down onto your back, come into a shoulder stand or a waterfall, whatever you're feeling today. Waterfall, your back is going to stay on the mat. You just want to get your feet above your hips here, good, above your heart. Shoulder stand, you're going to pop your hips up. Hands come to your lower back. Tuck your tail up towards your heels and keep squeezing that imaginary block. Keep your legs nice and active here. Good. You can either stay here or keep your right leg reaching for the sky as you bend your left knee down towards your ear. Good. It's almost like a bow and arrow, right? Keep pulling that knee down as you lift your right toes up. And then switch sides. Extend your left leg up toward the sky. Bend your left knee down towards your right knee down towards your right shoulder here as you keep reaching your left toes toward the sky. Good. You can do that one more time on each side if it felt good. Whew. Finding length in the front of your hips there. Beautiful. Nice slow motion. Really activate those hip muscles. Good. Then back up to center. Start to let your feet fall behind you coming into plow pose. Sending love to your lower back. It feels so good here. If your toes touch, release your arms down the mat. You can interlace them. Good. Maybe tap your knees in toward the top of your head if you have the space here. Taking a little extra space in your lower back. Beautiful. And then if you have the space, fully bend your knees to either side of your head. Giving your head a little hug by your ears, Konasana. And straighten out your legs, extend your arms down the mat, roll yourself all the way back down as slowly as you can. Point your toes this time. You can even just join your heels and sort of V your feet, but keep your legs active all the way to your toenails. Good. And slowly pull your toes down, making a giant arch, a giant rainbow with your big toes as if you have like a piece of chalk drawing this rainbow. Slowly as you can. Beautiful. Pull your right knee in towards your chest here. Extend your left leg down the mat. Really press it down. Don't let it lose contact. Then take your hands behind your right thigh. Extend your leg toward the sky. You can roll your ankle in one direction then the other. Walk your hands up. Pull your leg a little bit closer to your torso here. One more stretch in your hamstring. Good. Then tuck it back in. Extend your right leg down and switch sides. Left leg hugs in. Then extend your leg up toward the sky. Don't lose track of your right leg. It's still active and pulling down the mat. And then maybe walk your hands up your left leg, pulling it in toward your torso a little bit. You can leave your head down or lift it up, whatever feels good. Just find some length, like really isolated in that hamstring, stretching it out, lengthening it. Hug your knee back in towards your chest. Hug it in one more time here. Good, then extend both legs down the mat. Shimmy your elbows down towards your hips, just coming into a fish pose, getting out all of this, anything that's left, any stagnant energy that's left, if there is any. Pressure forms into the mat to lift your heart, drop your head. Take an inhale here through your nose, and then let it all go through your mouth. 2 more times like that. Breathe it in. Let it go. Last time, really fill up. And as you breathe it out, start to tuck your chin in towards your chest. Roll yourself all the way back down on your mat, making your way into Shavasana. Unless there are any last poses that you want to do. Good. Just letting it go, letting your feet flop out, releasing all the muscles in your body. Let your breath start to slow down. just be here. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring small movements to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, circling your wrists and your ankles. Gently rock your head side to side. And then keeping your shoulder blades pressing down into the mat, reach your arms up overhead, take a nice full body stretch, but really feel grounded through the torso as you do that, through the back body of your torso. Good. Stretch your legs in the opposite direction. And as you exhale, start to bend your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a hug, pausing there for a moment before rolling through either side, making your way back up to seated position with your eyes gently closed. Good, and staying turned inward for a few more moments. Set up that nice tall spine again, gently engage front body. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears, roll them back. I love doing this check-in at the end of the practice, right? Just taking notice and thanking yourself for all this extra space you've created in your body and your heart and your mind. Right, and knowing that you have that to carry you through your day and share with others. We'll close together as we always do with Loka Samasta, taking a deep breath in all together. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands to prayer heart center. Gently bow your chin in towards your chest. Taking this moment to thank yourself, honor yourself, celebrate yourself, knowing that everything that you need lies right within you. You're your own best teacher. Bring your prayer to your third eye, sealing in this energy and this beautiful practice. We bow forward together. Namaste.